All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to cover today real quickly. Stop and ask questions if you want. We're going to go through a couple features that were technically launched about a month or two ago. And then we're going to go through some of the features that were launched yesterday. And at the very end, we'll cover a few of some of the new features that are coming down the pipeline in the next couple weeks to a month, all right? So those of you that are not aware, the dashboard changed yesterday. We'll show you some of the changes and how to use that and why some of those changes are in there. We have a very extensive new capability. We call it product variance or product variability. Real simple, all that means is you can do a lot more stuff with any individual product SKU color. Flexible packages, for those who do packages, we have an upgrade which we'll share with you. And then some of the new capabilities in the platform, of course, require new, someone's still making a lot of background noise. We'd appreciate it if you could actually mute your computer. That would be most appreciated. All right. So, Lee.
Yes.
You take control.
Okay. Okay, you should be able to see my screen now.
All right. Everyone should be able to see what is a typical dashboard. If you can't, say so now. Okay, great. Go for it, Lee.
Okay. Yeah, so first off, you'll notice some of the obvious changes to the dashboard. The drop-down search options have all been kind of rearranged, but you still have the options of filtering by store, of course, so Club Team and Spirit. So you still have all those standard options. They're just kind of moved. We do have a new option where you can search stores by name as well. So if you wanted to do a simple, quick search and find a store that way, it will filter the stores down below that have any of the keywords that you use. Okay, just make sure that if you are doing any searches using these filters that you do erase whatever you had in here. So that can kind of mess with you if you don't update it. All right, so other than that, something else that you'll notice is this store history option. So any of the previous stores that you've last edited, you'll be able to view in the store history. And not only will you be able to see these stores, but you can also go hover over this actions option, and this allows for easy navigation to any of the previous stores that you've worked in. So you can go easily to things like the settings, the store details, and so on. Okay, and you'll also notice this graph, of course, and this graph will show total sales, so all sales in your dashboard entirely. And also stores with orders that have been placed. And this is going to be based off of this drop-down filter here. So this is where you can filter out sales from the previous 60 days and so on. So if we do 180 days, you can see it updated the total sales. It updated the order count. You can also hover over these graphs and you'll see the totals between each store.
So this is actually what's called a preview. So this is the beginning step of what we're eventually going to do over the next couple months. That is greatly expand and provide visual data visual charting for your stores. So we're kind of slipping it in here under a banner that we call Quick Review. Real quick, simple things you can see about what all your stores are doing. But eventually, the way we're going is actually have a pretty advanced and blown out data mapping, data charting solution for you.
Okay, so we're going to move on from there. We're going to actually move into a catalog. I'm going to go and filter these stores out again. Okay, we're going to pass things over to Wendy for this.
What we've added with this new release are some features to the product variability. And what we've added is, let's scroll down, the option to, would you like to activate product variability? So once you click yes, You can manage variable pricing. An example would be to upcharge on an extra, extra large t-shirt. And you just scroll down to that color and size and enter the increase. Okay. You can also add variability to your SKUs by clicking the Add Variability to update colors and sizes as part of the SKU. You can also make these products active or inactive at the size and color level. Let's say that you've run out of the youth, medium, yellow, and black. So if you uncheck that, it will not show up as an available to be ordered in the shopping cart. And the newest feature is how to manage inventory. So if you've got limited inventory, you only have 5 shirts left of the youth small in the yellow and the black, you can enter 5. And customers won't be able to order more than the limited amount you have in inventory.
So let's make sure everyone understands that. How often is it, does anybody want to contribute? How often is it where you've got a particular color, a particular size of an item, but you only have 6 left? So you're hesitant to make them available in the store. Does that ever happen to anybody?
This is Dan from Soccer Post. Yeah, that happens quite a bit. So that's going to be very helpful.
So here's the good news. When you enter that number, as soon as that number is you've sold them all in the store, it automatically drops off the store. So the next person who goes to buy that item won't even see it as a choice. So
I'm sorry. Is it possible that they could still see the item, but it would just pop up as back ordered, or they just won't even see the size at all?
So eventually it will, yes. However, we determined in order to get this out the door, that really is not very user friendly. What good is it to a shopper to know that actually I can't buy it right now and I don't know when it's available? So this is step 1, just to make it unavailable. Step 2, 3, and 4 would be yes. However, you would need to know before you add that item, you'd need to know the approximate time when you're going to get it in stock. Mm-hmm. You can choose to make that aware to the shopper, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, that's perfect.
So a second little secret is this is a great way for us to launch this and kind of hold all of you accountable, because this is a request a lot of folks have said they want. Now that we're making it available, let's see if you use it, and let's see what other advancements we need to make here on it, all right? Since we're on the subject, another more manual way to control it is, let's say you've checked your orders for that day. You did not set a minimum quantity, or a maximum quantity, I should say, but you did notice that you're low on a stock. By go up to the top right a little bit, the active, you can literally go in and just turn off any item in which you're concerned you have low inventory on it, and it will do the same thing. Questions, comments, concerns?
Quick question. When does that feature, is that made available?
It's actually live. You just tell us you want it turned on, and it takes about 6.3 seconds for us to turn it on. So, Dan, you want it turned on?
Yeah, if you could turn it on for Soccer Post of Eatontown, that'd be fantastic.
We would be happy to do that. Anybody else that wants us to turn this on and make it available?
Yeah, Team Gear would like it turned on.
All right. And by the way, we're recording this, and we're actually purposely setting you up to get really interesting audio clips. Team Gear turn on?
Yes, please.
Scott Goebel, we're not going to let you turn this on.
And PR Team Sales as well, please.
All right. Sounds like, tell you what we'll do. Everyone that's on, we have a list of everyone who joined today. We'll go into your dashboards and turn it on for you. If you do need, when you go in there and you're confused, reach back out, use the TUO Connect tab, reach back out and say, hey, I need 5 seconds of help. I need 15 minutes again to remind me how this works, okay? Now, Wendy, some of the folks on this call were not aware, because we didn't do, frankly, a very good job of letting people know when we launched this, but we did include as well a couple months ago the ability to track rebates. When I have to give back a certain amount of money back to my client for what is politely called a rebate. We did activate the ability to do that at the product level now. So Wendy's going to show us how that works.
Right. You just scroll down to your product advanced settings, and where it says, would you like to set detail pricing, you click yes. And then you can enter the flat amount. So if this shirt, if you're selling it for $20 and you're going to give the team back $5, you just enter $5 right there.
And $20 at the top box.
And $20 up at the top. And always click save on this page. And that will allow you to track your rebates. And we're going to cover reporting it in just a minute.
Just a quick question on that from Dan at Soccer Post. For cost of goods sold, will you be rolling out a feature of a different cost of goods sold for youth and adult, like where you can separate it? Just because a lot of the time the pricing is different.
All right, so you caught us. Thought we could sneak one by you. All right, so let's tell you originally how this is eventually conceived to be taken. First of all, cost of goods sold in that box is a misnomer. So when this particular area was developed, here's the difficult part for any technology company. Where do you draw limits on new things? If you roll
Yeah, it's nice in here.
Say that again? Who was that? I heard somebody talk. Oh, I hear.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So here's what we did. We said, you know what? We used to have this section. It actually works behind the scenes, in which there are 3 attributes to any product. First attribute is the sale price. How much will it be available for sale on the store? The second attribute is cost of goods sold. So that I can actually, if I wanted to, behind the scenes without anybody knowing, I could enter my costs for that unit, and I could actually have a cost of goods sold information as I'm building store after store after store. Along with that came, to your point, Dan, great question. Okay, now I have to drill down because I have to enable cost of goods sold by all of those SKUs, by size, by color, etc. So very frankly, we started down that path and we came back and said, no, for right now, let's make it very simple. We should have taken that term out, cost of goods sold. For what that box is that box set, you decide whatever base price you want to track. So let's say I want to track the retail sales price, I'll put that in there. The real important piece of the information is the ability to tag how much money you're going to give back to your team. So long-winded way of saying, yes, we're looking at it. Eventually, we probably will add the ability for you to not only track cost of goods sold, but track down to the variable level that we pointed out in some of the other item variability. But we're not going to do that right away because we're concerned it's getting overly complicated.
Hey, Jerry.
No, yeah, that's perfect.
Yes, sir.
Jerry, so in that cost of goods sold field, which I agree that shouldn't be the name of it, but is that the price that will appear on the store?
No,
or
it doesn't.
$25 appear on the store.
It has no effect to the actual price point on the store. It's an internal tool that will be included in your report that you have control over what you want to track.
Okay. So for argument's sake, in this example, my price on my store would be $25 for this.
Correct.
Okay.
So if I set that to 25, here's an example. And again, very confusing. We apologize. You're nailing all of the reasons why it's confusing. But right now, what I want is I just did a deal with a team. I'm going to give them 10% back for every item I sell in a store. In that example, I want to put 25 in the top box, click percentage, and put 10 as opposed to flat 5 in the bottom. So it's an internal report that allows me to automatically track internally down to the penny how much money I owe back to my team.
Okay.
All right. Good questions, though. Yes.
Just out of curiosity on the report, are only the dealer able to see the report, or
Oh yeah.
is the
No. Any report, anything that's in the report section, it's only available to you, and then you decide whether you're going to share that report or not.
that's fantastic. Thank you.
No problem. All right. Now, as long as we're on that window, Lee, scroll down. This is probably something everyone's aware of, but just want to make sure. Did you know you could set free quantity? You could set free items in a store. Is everyone aware of that? We'll assume they are. Great. Let's move on. All right. What's next?
I'm going to turn it over to Alec to review package upcharge personalization.
What is that? Package upcharge? What? Alex, say hi. Everyone's waiting for you to
Hello,
talk.
everybody. So we have added the ability to have varied prices for packaged products.
Yippee! What took you so long? Is that Dan at Soccer Post?
This is going to allow you to upcharge for personalizations and sizes for items included in a package. For example, you could create a package that includes a shirt with an optional name for $5, and the price of the package will increase if the name is selected during checkout.
Anybody who does a lot of packages? Scott, I know you do.
Yep. Yippee! What took you so long?
I know.
Team gear.
Well, what took us so long is we had to rebuild our databases, as you will recall.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that one.
It's a simple idea that, frankly, was not able to do until we overhauled how our data is stored in our database structures, which we finished back in January, which enable us to do this now. All right, so that's in there. And then what's next?
Okay, so we talked about the rebate report. So we're going to actually go back to the dashboard, go into one of these store reports. Okay, so we're going to click into the store report section. And if you do have rebates assigned to the products in your store, of course, that's going to be based off of orders that are placed in the store, and it will create this report on the left called rebate. And so in the rebate report, it'll give you a breakout of all the totals, but most importantly, it'll give you the rebate amounts as well for each order, and it will automatically total that when you download the report in Excel or PDF format. To be able to see what's owed back or whatever you're tracking your rebate for.
So part of how we develop technology. Does somebody have a question? Nope. It's background.
Quick question. Is there any way to run that report by product or by item instead of by person?
So we'll click into edit the report and you'll see the options here. It does not have a filter for product. So yeah, in that case, it does not actually filter out by product. It does let you filter by status based on the orders, but
okay.
Not by product, unfortunately.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Thank
Unfortunately, tell us more. Why is that important?
Me tell you?
Yeah.
Well, we run all of our sales reporting by item, just because if they don't hit minimums and stuff, we still process it, but we don't give them their kickback on it. So we run it all by item. It's not by order or by person at all. It's by ordering opportunity.
We'll file away a note that if we added the SKU or item number to this report, then that would give you the opportunity to actually set up a custom report that was SKU level. So duly noted, that's actually an idea that we wouldn't have thought of unless you shared that with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. So the next time you see a new rebate report, it'll be your name.
And we won't. We won't have time.
All right. Good suggestion. By the way, as everybody knows, all those kind of practical suggestions we welcome. With one exception, Scott. Scott, you're the only one that we're not welcoming your suggestions. Is that okay?
I'm purposely letting mute on, so.
Scott is one of the best at letting us know on a daily basis suggestions, ideas, improvements. So truly and sincerely, a lot of the stuff that's in the new release today came from Scott, came from ideas from people like Scott who are using it every day. We don't use the platform every day like you do. So we encourage you, send those requests along. At the tail end of this webinar, we'll remind you how easy it is to do that. All right, what's next? Inventory?
Okay, so, no, the last thing for the reporting is the fact that you can enable images for the full and the personalization reports. So you can actually click into these reports and edit them. And then you'll see this to the right of product options, image. So this will allow the image for the product to also display, and that's only for the full and personalization reports right now. We can either save that as a custom report, or we can just click apply, so temporarily we'll apply it. Okay, and then if you do save it as a custom report, you have this custom reports tab on the left, and then you'll be able to access it.
So let's pause for a second just to be sure. Is everyone aware that you can create your own custom reports? Is there anybody that's not aware that you can? All right, we'll take that as everyone is aware.
Yep, and then from there, we can export. Okay, and so the way this displays right now, the images appear in this format.
Okay, as long as you're here, Lee, just show the inventory. You set up the inventory report.
Yeah, so also on the left, you'll see inventory as a report. And this one doesn't have any orders based on inventory because the inventory was set after orders were placed. So this is kind of a not valid example, but you'll be able to see the inventory counts in this report once orders are placed.
All right, and then finally, we'll touch upon something that a lot of you have wanted. Scott's one of many that have been begging for this for a long time, but that is to expand the opportunity to offer free shipping and then the mechanisms that trigger free shipping.
Right, and what we're going to look at here is you're setting up the free shipping at the store level under the store settings. You just scroll down, mark shipping, and if you want to provide free shipping, you click on free shipping and it opens up this chart so you can enter in different levels. So $0 to $50 on an order, you'll charge $7.50 for shipping. You can add a level of 50 to 100, charge $3.50, and the system will automatically drop down. And yep, you can add other levels, but it will automatically start calculating above 150, and it calculates at a free level of shipping. Now, and right below that, there's a add customer shopping alert message. Check that and enter the alert that you want the customers to see. And we have an example of your order almost qualifies for free shipping. If you'd like to receive the next level, then add one or more items to your cart. So when they go to check out and they're not close to free shipping, they will get this alert that allows them to go back and add more to qualify for free shipping. And this is set up on your store settings.
Cool feature, yes or no? What's the vote?
I vote it's cool.
Yeah, looks good.
Very good.
I actually didn't hear what he said. What did he say? A lot of background noise. All right, what's coming down the pipeline? In the next couple weeks, literally next week, we were going to pack it all into this release that we just had. We decided it might be a little bit too much. So next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, probably Wednesday, you will see expanded discounts. The opportunity to have discounts be much more robust than they currently are. Current limitation with setting a discount right now is it's set at the store level. In next week on Tuesday or Wednesday when the release comes out, 2 new features with discount. A, the ability to offer a discount at the product level, have one product on sale, 50% off. And B, we're also going to expand the number of discounts you can offer in any store. So you can have up to 5 discount codes, 5 different discounts going on in any one store at any time. That's actually fully in development, fully tested. The only reason we held it back is we didn't want to lump too much into this release. So that's coming next week. All right. So we're going to end. Any other questions before we end? Dan at Soccer Post, only because you've been so nice to contribute along the way. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, so the inventory management is going to be made available at the end of the session. And then so just to clarify on the sale products, we're going to be able to put a discount per product based off of whatever we have on sale at that time?
Correct. So we'll be able to go in and identify the product you want to offer a discount on, and you'll be able to set the terms of that discount. And
that's awesome.
Right now the plan is Tuesday. We're still doing final QA testing. It might fall into Wednesday, but as of this afternoon, about 1 o'clock, it's Tuesday. And we'll try to do a better job of letting you know in advance when that's coming down the pipe. We'll do probably a less formal setting than this one. We'll make sure we get the word out for you that it's available and how it works. All right?
Awesome. And then one other question. So some of the time we offer a product in a store, but we have different colors. Is there going to be a feature whereas when the order pops up that the color matches what the color selected by the customer is?
So that's in the reports you're talking about, right?
Yeah. So in the report or in the image that pops up on the order sheet from the customer.
Yes, that's coming. I can't promise when.
No, that's fine. Just
yes.
Checking in.
Many reasons for that you don't want to hear.
No
I'll
worries,
just leave it at that. It's all in how imagery is stored in databases. But absolutely is a very common request we get, and one that we're fully aware of that we're working on. Great question.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Scott? What's going on? All right, we're going to wrap it up. One more reminder before we end the meeting. Lee, if you don't mind. What is that button in the upper right corner? What does that do?
Oh, the connect button.
Yeah, what is that? Wait, no. You just killed the internet.
Yeah,
Tell everyone what the connect button is.
Yeah, not a dangerous button at all. This button is what you'll use if you want to get in contact with us, if you have a quick question, if you want to set up an online session. We do have a built-in chat option in here. So this landing page, you can call this number to reach us. It'll reach out to everybody on the team when you leave a message, and we follow up with you really quick. Otherwise, you'll see this chat option on the bottom right, so you can quickly connect with us that way.
So do us a favor with chat. Sometimes we have a lot of chats going at one time, and people will think, hey, is anybody there? There's nobody there. We're there. Go ahead and fill out a chat. If you want to send a chat, fill it out in its entirety and send it through to us. We get a transcript of every chat. So if we can't answer right on the moment in 10 seconds, we had someone this morning that logged in chat, and within 5 seconds they were gone. So we sometimes are doing sessions like this. Sometimes we're chatting with others. Go ahead and send your chat through. We get a copy. We'll promise to reach back out to you within 15, 20 minutes when we receive a chat during normal business hours, at least within the hour in non-normal business hours. All right, and where do I see webinars?
Yeah, so if you scroll down on this page, you'll see 2 weekly webinars. So any of the most recent webinars that we've done, you'll be able to view those here.
So a commercial endorsement for the last 2 webinars we've done, recorded and edited. One this week on Tuesday, one last week or 2 weeks ago. The top 2, the one on the left, anybody that has a website, looking to build a website, looking to refresh or start fresh with a new website, let us know. One of our alliance partner companies that we work with is one of the top Magento/WooCommerce website development companies in the world. They were kind enough to join us in a webinar on Tuesday. It was of high interest and a lot of great questions asked. The webinar that was conducted a couple weeks ago was featuring one of our clients, Dan Hughes, who actually works for Champions Choice out of Massachusetts. They're the #1 team Adidas dealer in the country. Dan shared some very personal and very frank stories about how he and his partner Steve built a company 6, 7, 8 years ago from nothing, literally out of a station wagon, the back of a station wagon, and how they grew that to become the #1 Adidas team dealer in the country. It's pretty. Dan is a very straight shooter. I'll just leave it at that. He's very blunt. He's very honest. If you have 45 minutes in the next week or two, I encourage you to log in and listen in on what Dan had to say. And then, of course, this webinar will record, edit, post, and it will be up in about a day right here on the TUO Connect page for reference. So if there aren't any other questions, counting one.
Yeah. I just have a quick question based off of the managed inventory. So will the managed inventory that it shows as people purchase product, will that inventory level automatically drop?
Yes, it automatically drops, and it automatically drops from the store when it's sold out.
And is there a way to get notified as it gets below to a low level, I guess?
So yes, we can't show it to you. We'll show you where it takes place. So on your catalog page for any store, it's not a perfect solution right now. We get that. We're actually putting in place automatic alerts that get sent out to you. But on any catalog page, we don't have an example of a store that's actually been set up live with purchases going. But on the catalog page, where you have inventory set, you will see a new marker under the overview that tells you that inventory is set. And then when it gets, let's say you set it for 6 and you've got 2 or 3 left, that's one of the terms you saw accidentally in the inventory report, threshold value. So right now, when it's about 25% threshold value, so you've sold 75%, you will see a new alert icon on your catalog that says item running low.
Awesome, fantastic.
What we'll do when we edit this video, we'll go back and do a screen grab. We'll add pictures of what that looks like right here in this video. So when you go back to review the video, go to the very end and we'll show you what that looks like.
Awesome. And then I just saw on the top where it says SKUs, it shows youth and adult. Is that has that just recently been updated? Just because on my screen, I only see one of them, not both.
Well, that's actually what Wendy just covered.
Okay.
So what used to be able to track an SKU to the product item level, right?
Yeah.
So when you go down to the product variance section that Wendy was covering, product prices, SKUs, and inventory, this is a whole new deep dive on, this is actually what I was referring to earlier. We had to totally rebuild our databases to be able to support what I call sub-SKU. It's technically not a correct term, but for you to add further classifications down lower than just the item level, by color, by youth, by men's, by size. So you control that 100%. When you fill out these boxes here, as Leah's showing you, that's what automatically appears in your catalog page.
Yeah, so I have all of those filled out in all of our stores, but I only seem to be getting the adult SKU that pops up. The youth doesn't pop up on that home page.
Oh, can you send us over a store example so we can check it out?
Yeah. I'll send you some screenshots and stuff.
Yeah, send some screenshots to, just send it to info@Teamuniformorders. We'll get that.
Okay, awesome.
And we'll check it out for you.
Awesome, thank you.
All right. Anything else? Going once? Going twice. All right. We appreciate everyone's short notice. Hopefully you found it helpful. If not, and you got suggestions, send them to me. Send me an email, Jerry with a G, G-E-R-R-Y, teamuniformorders.com, and say, hey, good webinar. Next time, I think that you could do a better job if you did this or this or that. If you're going to send over, you could do a better job by not having Jerry be part of it. We are already aware of that, so you don't need to bother yourself sending that over. So we're fully aware. So with that, thank you all. Have a good day, and then don't forget, if you ever need to get hold of us, suggestions and comments, use the TUO Connect tab. Bye, everybody.
Right. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Jerry.
everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, group.